you maybe shut your hand in the car door or something that hurts really bad. Jesus went through hell for every single one of us. More than just a skinned knee, more than just a hand in the car door, more than something. Maybe you might have. I remember one time, I think my dad, he was working as a carpenter, and he was doing a nail gun, and he was putting the nail in the air gun, and it went through his hand. And they had to, Tommy was his name, had to take a crowbar and pull my dad's hand off of that board, if I remember correctly. And he had to hold it because he couldn't get the blood on the wood because they were finishing this. So his hand had to be pried off of the wood, and the blood was trying to squirt all over the place. So they grabbed it and had to wrap it in cloth because they didn't want to stain the oak wood because they were working on really expensive houses. And it was excruciating. But Jesus took nails, this big, humongous nails. I saw the holes in his hand. This isn't something that's just some kind of fairy tale that we read to our kids before we go to sleep. You read your Goldilocks and the Three Bears or whatever, or Little Red Riding Hood. Jesus Christ died for you, and it's not some fairy tale. He went through it, just like what you skin your knee and you go through pain and it's excruciating. Jesus Christ took it all on his back, and they ripped his flesh off his body, and they put nails in his hands. They put a crown of thorns on his head. They ripped his beard out. They spat in his face. They hung him on a cross, and they shoved a spear in his side, and blood and water flowed. A massive gash in his side. He suffered greatly for you to walk in victory. I'll never forget one night I was sitting on the side of a bed. And I know I'm going a little long, but you need to hear it. I was sitting on the side of my bed, and I was talking to a man that was really overcoming arthritis, and he said, "Brendan, how come all Christians are healed? Why are not all Christians healed, Brendan? I don't understand. I've been suffering with this arthritis so bad." His name was Stanley. His hand was always hurting with arthritis, and he could never understand, why aren't all Christians healed? I said, I don't know. I don't have the answer to it. I laid down, went to bed, and I was taken out of my body. Jesus took me to the cross. He took me to the whipping post. I can tell you the temperature that it was outside. It was about 80 degrees. It had a stench in the atmosphere. I could smell some kind of animal livestock dung where he was at. I don't know how, but I could smell it. Jesus was standing right here now. He was standing right here, but I was watching Jesus in the past as a young man of 30-some years old. 33. His hands were tied to this whipping post. He was straddled up on this, and I saw him up like this, and I saw one Roman soldier on one side and another one on this side. I watched both of those men. One man was probably 300 pounds. He was ginormous. He had a totally black outfit on, which I don't understand. It was like, that's what it looked like. It looked like some kind of weird garment. But the other was a Roman soldier that had Roman garb on, like you'd see in the movies. And I saw them take the cat o' nine tails, and one whipped this side, and the other one whipped this side. And as I saw that happen, I saw the flesh ripping off of his body, and it was excruciating. The blood was dripping from his body. The bone, everything. It was the most grotesque thing I've ever seen. As I saw the crown of thorns upon his head pressed down, and blood was running down his forehead. His beard was missing pieces out of his beard where they had ripped the beard out of his face. I remember I was standing over here as I was watching this happen, and I was weeping, and I was screaming, but nobody could hear me. And I said, "Stop! Stop! You must stop!" And I was screaming because they were beating him with those whips. They were whipping his body, and his body would tremble as as they were whipping his body, and the blood was so much on the ground, it was like he was in a pool of blood. As they did it, I saw Jesus look up, and I saw him out of his mouth told that one soldier, I love you. I love you. I saw it. His face looked up at him, and it was the most sincere in his eyes as they were laughing and they were beating his body. Jesus standing beside me over here as I watched this all happen. I can even tell you what his back looked like before that they beat him. He was not skinny looking. He was muscular looking. His skin looked olive. It looked glossy from oily sweat. You know how whenever you sweat and you get that oily on your body from not having a bath in a little bit? That's the way his back looked before they began. I watched it. The Lord spoke to me that day, and he said to me, what do you not understand about by my stripes you are healed, Brandon? What do you not understand about this? He said, if somebody was to tell you that you weren't saved, that you weren't born again, you would fight them, wouldn't you? You would tell them, I am saved. They say, I don't believe you're saved. I am saved. I am delivered. I know he saved my soul by what he did for me. But the moment you feel sickness and disease, you doubt it. That you're healed. He said the same faith that it takes to get healed is the same faith that it takes to be saved. They're the same. He said, you don't realize what it takes for you to say, I was once lost, but now I'm found. You don't realize what it takes for you to say, I was once lost, but now I'm found. I'm no longer going to hell. You don't look at the miracle that truly is. But the same faith that you would fight somebody by telling them, I know I'm saved. They say, no, I don't believe it. You still act the way you used to sometimes. I don't believe it. You really are. Are you really saved? No, I know I'm saved. I'm going to heaven. I'm not going to hell. He said it takes the same faith to sit there and say, I'm healed by your stripes, Lord. He said, when you believe that the same way, Brandon, the manifestation comes as long as you hold on to it just like that. No matter if they talk you out of it. I have a symptom, Lord. I have a symptom. My flesh is crying out. I've got this pain in my body. I've got this going on. But it's the same way. The pain of the soul is like whenever you're messing up with sin and you got that, but you don't question your mind because of the symptom of it. I'm saved. I'm believed. I'm once saved, always saved. Don't you know that? Well, I'm once healed, always healed. I'm healed and whole and well. By his stripes, I am healed. He was wounded for my transgression. He was bruised for my iniquities. The chastisement of my peace was upon him, and with his stripes I am healed. He said, I became poor that you might be rich through my poverty. I took poverty on the cross, Brandon. I took it all. Christ has redeemed me from the curse of the law. Galatians 3:13. Christ has redeemed me from the curse of the law. Deuteronomy 28 says there are a lot of curses there at the very end of that. And all those curses, if you don't know, you can partake in it just like you can partake in the blessing, but Jesus paid the price so you don't have to. He became sickness. He became poor. He became sin. He took it all for us so that we don't have to. And that's when he said, you so easily believe in salvation. The body of Christ has got that down. But you must believe that I'm a healer just as much as I'm a redeemer. I take you out of hell. I've done all this, but I can heal your body too. But you must believe it. It shook me. Oh, I don't believe that, Brandon. It's what I saw. It's what I experienced. As I went back into my body, for 3 days I wept. I called my dad even that same morning, and I wept. I couldn't control myself because of what I saw Jesus go through. Jesus paid the price for you to walk in victory over mental torment. Jesus paid the price for you to walk in victory over depression, over anxiety, over fear, over all the things that the devil tries to. Don't accept the poo-poo package the devil has for you. When he comes with his FedEx truck and he has the devil written on the side, don't accept his package. Through sickness, disease, poverty, sin, whatever he has, shut the door to the devil and run and say, I'm not taking your package. Symptoms come and people die. I understand that. I've seen it. But I try to get a hold of it just like that for my daughter, Megan. I'm walking it out just like everybody else is. I try to say, God, I'm not taking the poo-poo package for Megan no more. Megan's healed. Megan's